Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 6 of the Arabian. It's not going to be a huge video here. I want to get the power brick put back together. I'm just going to lightly sand this. It's really not bad at all. There's just a little bit of rust. We'll tape off the areas and we're just going to put a light coat of black on there, and then we'll be able to put this back together. I got to wipe the wires down, but I'll do that afterwards. And I got to clean the this and the screws and stuff like that, which shouldn't take very long at all. And then we're going to sand down the cabinet and get it ready for paint. I'm filthy, I'm dirty, I've been working all day, so hopefully the YouTube dirty clothes police don't, send me a message and I get in trouble. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But all right, let's work on getting this thing taped off. Thought I had a wider roll of tape. Let me go grab it. Okay. Like I said, we're not going to go crazy with it because it's really not bad. Almost makes me wonder if we should just put a little clear coat over it, but we'll paint it black. There is a little bit of rust showing. It won't take but a couple minutes. I'm actually going to take those flathead screws out of there because I'd rather not paint those. Now you could take these out and it's not going to hurt anything. All these plates are I think they're all glued together or some sort of a resin on them. So taking these out is not going to hurt anything. Obviously you have to put them back in so you can bolt it down, but for the meantime, for painting purposes, we can pop them out. And there's cardboard on here. You don't want to screw the cardboard up. We'll clean the head up with the wire wheel lightly. Don't want to go crazy with it. I don't want to hit the cardboard tube. What the cardboard tube does, it's an insulator to insulate between the metal of this and the metal of the base of the power brick. Today has been a rough day, dealing with a bunch of idiots. Gotta love being self-employed, guys. Gotta love it some days. It is 10 after 8. Just want to get this few things done tonight so that we can get this cabinet painted and out of my way. We're going to start working in the basement, putting games together. A gentleman reached out to me when I was working on the JAMA switcher for the Simpsons bowling, and then I decided I wanted to put that slick shot, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called, into the cabinet as well, but that switcher would not work. This guy by the name of Stefan sent me a switcher to try. It's a different brand. It is, actually, I can tell you what it's, I'm not going to give you his last name, but I will tell you what, who it was by. I believe it's on my email here. You see here. Trying not to show too much stuff here. Well, I can't find the brand right now, but he sent it to me and told me to try it, and if it works, I can buy it from him. So we'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. The only thing I'm worried about is I have to use a converter board because it's a flat screen, and I'm just worried that switching from one game to the other, that the converter board might not look the same on both games. And if that's the case, that might screw up things, but I'm not sure yet. I need to try it, obviously, before I get too involved with it or think about it too much. So we're going to do that this week. We're going to start putting together Arabian this week and go from there. So this is just about ready for paint. We got to tape off the brass or copper, whatever that is. Copper. All right, give me a minute here. Okay, I had to use the little ladies' room real quick. All right, so I'm working on taping this off here. I think I was talking about my awesome day today with customers that are just a-holes. Not really much I can do. But move on and say the hell with them. I am going to be, within the next year, doing only my own stuff. Unless I know somebody extremely well, which I know a few people that I do work for extremely well, and I've been doing work for them for 30 years. Will be the only people that I do anything for. Other than that, everything else is going to be my own stuff only. Anything I do, I'm going to buy, fix, and sell. Cars, arcade games, everything. I am going to have my lawyer draft up a document that the person that's buying whatever from me has to sign, saying that they're buying it as is. They are fully aware of what they are buying, what has been done to it, and everything. And if somebody doesn't like that, then somebody else will buy it. That's how I look at it. Because I just can't deal with society the way it is anymore. It is not like it was 30 years ago. I mean, I've been self-employed. I'm 49 years old. I've been self-employed the day after I graduated high school at 18 years old. So what are we talking? 28, 38, 48, 31 years. I have worked for myself. When I was in school, I worked at a couple restaurants. When I graduated, I went out on my own. And it was a lot easier when I was younger. The only problem I had when I was really young was people, some customers didn't trust me because I was a young kid. And I get that. I totally get that, But the older I get, and the way the world is now, I swear, people are nuts. I don't get it. People want everything for nothing. They don't want to freaking do anything for anybody anymore. Everything's just like super selfish in this world. And I'm sorry, but I wasn't raised like that, and I don't understand it. And I don't care what people think. I will never be that person. The pickup truck, that black one that I'm doing, it's literally a few days away from being painted. I started that project on February 11th, okay? I had knee surgery a couple weeks after I started that truck. I told the customer I have to have knee surgery. I should only be out of work a couple weeks. Should be pretty easy. Should be a quick recovery. Well, I shouldn't have said that because it turned out to not be a very good recovery, and I ended up sitting around not being able to really work on the truck for almost a month. But I've literally worked on the truck for less than 5 weeks. And I honestly haven't worked on it for 5 weeks straight, obviously, because it doesn't need, I don't need that much time in it. And the guy's all butt sore because he doesn't have his truck yet. If you take your car to any restoration shop in this world for a paint job, it's going to cost 4 to 5 times what I charged the guy. All right. Second, you would be lucky if you got your car back that year. Lucky. You know, I've heard horror stories of cars sitting in shops for 10 years and nothing getting done to them. So people's expectations and everybody wanting shit for free and just rude people, it just doesn't sit well with me, and I am not dealing with it anymore. I told that guy that I am not charging him for his truck paint job. It'll be done in a few weeks, and he can come get it. The reason why I'm not charging him is because he's such an asshole, pardon my language, that if I do charge him, he's going to want to bring it back every week for something fucking stupid, because that's just how this guy apparently is, and I'm not dealing with him. I would rather take the loss than to deal with this guy. And the other thing about this whole deal is I'm not charging him a lot of money to do it, and I have not taken a down payment on it. Zero money. Everything's out of my pocket right now. Over $1,000 in materials. And I have not collected a dime from the guy. And I started February 11th. I've barely even had the vehicle that long, and it's just about ready for paint. Like, what is wrong with people? If somebody did that for me on my vehicle, you know how happy I would be if in 2 months with somebody having knee surgery and the truck was ready for paint? Do you know how happy I would be if somebody did that for me? I'd be jumping up and down for joy. But, also, I'm not going to be building the 2 Tato cabinets that I was going to be building. I backed out of that deal. I didn't like the whole situation, so I just backed out of it all because I do not want to take on customers' work anymore, to be honest with you. So he's going to pick up his 2 cabinets. I told him there was no charge to it because, once again, I don't feel like dealing with people. And he'll just have to find 2 cabinets to put his Tetris and rock and rope into. And that's pretty much it. But I will be doing a Nintendo cabinet this summer. We will be building one of those, and we're going to build a couple countertop arcades for my basement. Maybe even next weekend we might do something like that, just to give me a little bit of a break from the normal stuff, and we'll build a couple of those. I have 2 12-inch, I know it seems weird, but they are 12-inch monitors, flat screens that we're going to put in them. And the box is going to be just big enough to fit the circuit boards in it and the monitor, so they're not going to be huge. But we're going to build 2 of them, one for that Tri-Sport and then one for Wheel of Fortune. So we'll be doing those in the near future. And then, like I said, we'll be working on a Nintendo cabinet as well. So now that I've taped this up really well, I just want to put a coat of paint on it. I'll take this cardboard box right here real quick. Oh, I didn't show you that. So the Zaccaria, I hope I'm saying that right and I'm not sounding like an idiot, Frogger game, I found a coin door. But here's the catch. I paid $50 for this, but it didn't come with the frame. I did order a frame on eBay for like $15, and I'm hoping that it's this size frame. So I'm not sure, but if not, I'll keep hunting around until I find it. Obviously, we're missing coin mechs and stuff, and it's filthy. Not a huge deal. We got one little ding there, which I'll be able to pop that out. Somebody does recreate this sticker, but I don't know that I'm going to change it. I think I might just leave it. It's actually pretty nice. We'll just tape it off. Probably try to pop that tiny little dent out, and then we'll just sand it to give it its texture back. But You know, it's got the coin mechs or screws in there, which will pull those out, straighten that up, clean it up. But I was pretty pumped to get this. There is a complete one with a frame on eBay, and it's $200 plus $40 shipping. And I'm sorry, but I'm just not spending $250 on a coin door. So we're gonna go the cheaper route, and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that the frame that fits. If not, I'll have to keep hunting around for a frame. But I'm gonna kind of turn this over here so we don't get overspray on it. But I'm gonna put this on the ground here, and we're just gonna lightly spray this thing real quick. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that I was able to get that. So now we'll be able to take that midway coin door out of there and put the right one in there. So we're just gonna go lightly. We don't need to saturate this thing completely with paint. And then while this side is drying, I'm gonna have to flip it to paint the other side, unless I can maybe just set it right here. That'll work. Because this is the top. I can get it to sit. That'll work. And while this is drying for 20 minutes, we can get those bolts and screws cleaned up. So I'm gonna head over to the wire wheel and we'll work on that real quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up the fuse holder a little bit here. I'm just gonna pop these fuses out, we'll put them back in. They actually look like they're in good shape. So we will reuse them. I don't mind reusing fuses on my own games. If I'm doing a game for somebody else, I usually put new ones in. Speaking of fuses, my stupid Journey blew a fuse today. I don't know why. I gotta open it up and figure out what the heck's going on with it. Ever since I messed with that soundboard and took it out a couple times, now I'm having problems. So I'm cleaning all the terminals, even though they were pretty darn clean. Just going over them a little bit. This is just a red Scotch-Brite pad. I'm doing the fuse holders as well. That looks a million times better. We're just going to clean these fuse ends too. Maybe tomorrow night we'll do the white on the arcade cabinet. And I'm using a single stage white, so I'm gonna have to let it dry overnight. Actually, no, I have base coat. We might be able to paint the whole thing tomorrow. I gotta work on that guy's pickup truck, and I gotta work on this pickup truck. We'll see how I have time-wise. Worst case scenario, we'll put the white on and let it set overnight. Maybe we'll just do that. Give me a little bit more time. Then the next day, which is Friday, we can tape off the white and paint the black, and then Saturday you can go in the basement. Also, I am doing my game exchange on Saturday, so I will have a video on that on Saturday. I forgot which bolt it was. These two are for the old capacitor, so I technically don't need these, so we're going to save these. I always save oddball stuff like that because if you need it, you got it. So this is the only one that looks different. So I'm going to say this is my bolt for the lockdown on the capacitor. If I can only find the nut for it. Unless this is this. Make sure that this one isn't for this. It is. That means one of those other two must have been different. Whoops. Where the heck is the nut? Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all the same. This one looks bigger. Got it. Now, is the power brick dry enough? Put this on real quick. We could shove this on, clean that. I am going to be doing a Spy Hunter cockpit restoration for somebody. It's the guy that I did the Smash TV for. He messaged me after I went on with my rant about not wanting to do stuff for people, and I told him I would take care of him because he's a cool guy and I had zero issues with him. So we will be doing that restoration once he gets the side art from it, which we are waiting for the side art. Come on. These nuts are very hard to start. If you look at it, there's a flat spot in it, and you just got to get it on there just right so that you can start twisting it before the next spot interferes. And I'm not having very good luck yet. Ooh, got it. I think I got it. Got it. Oh boy. Right. I forgot the power brick wasn't in there. Thing is so damn light. All right, I'm gonna grab that. I'll be right back. Hopefully it's dry. All right, I'm gonna stick these bolts through first. Ouch. So basically, a little bit of work, a couple dollars in paint, a couple dollars in tape, and you can have yourself a really nice looking power brick for literally no money. A little bit of labor, not even that long. And you can drastically improve the look of your arcade cabinet, which nobody's really going to look inside, but you never know. You go to sell it, it's a nice selling feature. Somebody looks in there and be like, man, this thing's freaking clean, you know? You're here, it's out, why not clean it? If you're wondering if I'm putting the screws all the same direction, yes. It's a little bit of OCD there. I actually had a game once that the metal in the power brick, like a couple layers of the metal got unglued or whatever, and it would rattle every so often. It would make a rattling sound. It was the plates. Actually, it was Galaxian that I restored from my buddy. We couldn't figure out what the noise was. Actually, Arcade Jason is the one that figured it out. It's Christmas. What did I get? Oh man, new wires. Just what I always wanted. Jesus, who is the idiot that taped this together? God. Get off me. Seriously, what the hell did I do? Maybe this will be a long video. 26 minutes. Untaping a transformer. Arabian Arcade Restoration Part 6. How to untape a power transistor. In 30 minutes or less. Guess that's what I get for talking while doing it. You know, when you want tape to stick, the shit falls off. When you just want to cover something for a couple seconds, it sticks like a champ. Got it. A little dirt on some of these wires I wouldn't mind wiping off, but I don't know what I want to use. Actually, a lot of it's just coming off the paper towel. Just more lint from the dryer. We'll use a little water. No, you can't put water on electrical, you're gonna die. Spit shine there. Oh boy, I almost took that one in the lap, you know what I mean. We finally got nice weather around here, 75 and sunny today. Okay, not worried about the ones that are underneath because we didn't clean the underneath the power brick. Should have this wrapped up in about 10 minutes. Then we'll get the sanding done real quick. That shouldn't take but 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And we'll be one step closer to Arabian. I still got to finish building the wiring harness for Kickman. Still got to put my Tron back together. Have to fix Journey. Have to fix the sound in my Atari cabinet. Have to finish Space Duel. Have to finish Space Firebird. Going to be repainting the sides and front that I was going to use for kicks, because I have a kicks cabinet now. So we're going to take that one that's in the basement and turn that one into Alpine Ski. Got so many projects to do. And the one I'm picking up this weekend, it's a project. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it yet. We'll look at it and see. Hopefully the board set that I have works. It worked a long time ago when it was stored away. But who knows? I mean, stuff sits for a long time. Sometimes that's never a good thing. Right. Wrong screw.
I think it's these two.
Got it. Okay. We got this little guy here. Oh man, I forgot to put my ground strap on. Get in there. Okay. Got another ground strap. Okie dokie. Get in there. This goes up to the bridge rectifier. Positive went up towards the top. Looks like the screw went from the top this way. And this went this way. I haven't looked at my pictures yet. That's cross-threaded. So I got that going for me. Got it, but it's crooked. Okay. Purple should be positive. Sorry. I'll be there early afternoon. Oh, job for tomorrow. All right, pictures. Okay, this one goes on this side. Funky one goes on the other side. Do that after. Are you serious? I can't see the freaking plus sign. Well, that's not good. I'm gonna grab the old one out of the garbage because there's a 39. And the way that 39 is written, I'll be able to tell. Okay, oh God, almost fell. Okay, so 39 is going this way. So orange is positive, purple is negative. Good thing I checked. Totally would have screwed that one up. So there are 4 orange. Aren't you glad I looked? Are there only 3 purple? 3 purple. And then there's looks like there's a 4th. All right, this goes to the fuse holder. There's the 4th one. Okay, that is done. Now we have to fish this through. To the bridge rectifier. We got to fish this yellow wire through. This goes to the connector right here. Okay, that's back in. So we have a black wire that goes to the fuse holder here. And then there is a orange or yellow and black wire, it looks like, that needs to go to there. So these all go here, I believe. It's got a red connector on it. Oh, maybe it's not that color. But it has a, oh, here it is, duh. This goes here. We need to bend that over. Bend that over. That's all back together. That is correct. So now we can put the fuses back together, the fuse holder. And I believe it went orange, then orange with black stripe, but I'm not positive, so we will look. Yellow, red. Now keep in mind the yellow, reds, and one of the oranges are all 5 or 4 amp. The 20 amp is this orange one here that I put the black mark on. Okay, and then we got to get our ones on the other side here. And we have our orange with a black mark, second. Then we have a red. It doesn't matter which order because they're all 4 amp. Then we have a orange and white stripe here. Yep. Okay, we have these 2 nuts here. We're just going to put them on for now because those wires are cut. Might not need them. I mean, we'll have to reinstall them eventually, but I think I might have a wiring harness for that. So I'm just going to leave those a little bit loose for now. We need to put our fuses back in. Let's see if all the values are the same. Like if they're the right values. 4 amp. 4 amp. 4 amp. And yes, I'm putting them all in the same direction. Spring on this side. $20 amp. All right, guys. Our power brick is officially rebuilt, cleaned up, whatever you want to call it. Let me clean this last piece up. There we go. Just wiping down a little bit of these wires. All right. There it is, guys. Tell me that doesn't look nice. And I could show you what it looked like. So that was the fuse holder. That's the filth before and after. Let's move you in a little closer here. Before, after. Another video, another picture. I don't know if there's any other pictures of the top. I'm looking. I don't think so. No. Also, real quick, if anybody runs across this guy right here, I did not get scammed by him, but this guy right here is a scammer. He will scam you for money and never send you stuff. So don't fall for that guy. I actually asked around last night because I was talking to that guy and it just something didn't seem right. So I actually messaged Charlie. I was like, Charlie, you ever hear of him? And he's like, I think people have been saying he's a scammer. So then I Googled it, and sure shit, he scammed a lot of people out of stuff. So be careful, guys. If your gut doesn't feel it, check it out, ask people. Okay, so now I need to set up, and we are going to sand this cabinet down. I'm gonna put this outside so that, was this plugged in? Couldn't have been. Oh, just those two are hooked up. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. I gotta clean this plate, but I'll do that later. I'm gonna move this out of the way, get my sander hooked up, and we're gonna get this cabinet sanded down. Okay, I'm gonna sand it with 180, 320, and hopefully that'll be it. All right, guys, that is it. Part 6 is done. Turned out real nice. Sides are really nice. They're gonna get covered with full vinyl wrap, but they sanded out real smooth. Same thing with the front, so we're good to go tomorrow. We'll put the white on tomorrow probably. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get the whole thing painted. Who knows? We'll see what happens. It'd be nice to just get it over with and done, but see how my day goes. So that's gonna end part 6. Next is getting it painted. I never primered the back door. I totally forgot. So I'll have to do that after the cabinet is done. But we'll get this thing painted in the next day or two. And it'll be ready for the basement. And then we'll get the back done. And we're ready to start assembling because the power brick's done. And the control panel's done, except for I don't have an overlay. You know, all the metal parts are done, so we can get all that put together. So we'll be able to get right on this thing and getting it put together. Basically, should be able to have the whole thing together except for the control panel whenever that overlay comes. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Please hit the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.